Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Connecting Claresholm. We are rocking the no open at the moment.
Hmm.
Because normally we have an opening that plays, but the way things go sometimes, we don't have one at the moment. But that's
I
okay.
don't. I don't know if people are familiar with the term technology, but
Yeah,
sometimes, if people start to get into it, they'll understand that
yeah.
it could be your best friend,
Yep,
it could be your worst enemy,
absolutely. Worst enemies.
and yeah.
So here we
So
are.
we'll
So
we'll
normally there's music that plays, and we have this sort of thoughtful opening, and then titles come up, and it would say, I'd probably make fun of you in the titles in some way, and
mhm.
then it would say today's guest, and it would say Amanda Zimmer would come up in Claresholm Yellow against Claresholm Blue, and then it would say Dave Murphy. So imagine that.
Of course, you know what though. Um, I will challenge you on this one.
Oh,
We
please
do
do.
have the ability of putting banners up for
Yeah,
the
yeah. I
beginning of the show.
I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but
So you haven't figured out how to do that part. so, so I was going to say, I mean, you could do a bit of an intro because don't you have like a mandolin or something like that in your
yeah,
studio
yeah, sort of. So yeah,
or a
so
sitar? I think
I've
you've
got
got a sitar.
a sitar. I have an out of tune ukulele is what I have.
That's what you have. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
pull it out
yeah.
and let's start doing some live opens here.
Why not? Let's just write it on a
And
different
then I'll
instrument.
just put in, let's see. So my intro would be this one right here.
Yeah,
Uh,
David Gale, Mr. Beardo. Yeah, that's good.
so I'm trying to grow it this is the first time.
Oh,
So I know you're a beard expert,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I have never grown an actual full beard before. And I know that's hard to believe for people that are watching. And
Well,
what?
that's pretty full. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking like a long beard.
No, just growing the hair up to, the kind of high cheekbone area
Okay,
here.
okay, all right.
Okay. And what I've discovered is I can't grow hair right in here and right in here.
That's okay.
So yeah. So
Yeah.
I got one unique beard here.
You
I'm
really
Mr.
do.
Original on the beard.
You are Mr.
So
Original, and
yeah,
as we all know, you take care of it in the out of doors. Like
I
this.
try.
Yeah,
I
which is
try.
awesome.
So
That's great.
I'm gonna see for the Christmas, for the winter,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
full I can make this thing.
I think that's awesome. I think that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
I look forward to the beard updates every so often.
Here-
I will be
they're
clean
coming.
shaven in a couple weeks. We're gonna go opposite directions. I'm gonna look about 12,
Really?
and yeah, and you're gonna have the big full beard. So it'll be like I'll look like your son, which will be fun. I'll just call you dad.
What do we got going on?
So what we've got going on today, we've got Amanda Zimmer's going to join us here in a moment from the local press. They've got this really neat initiative that I wanted to just to point out, and she'll tell us more about it. If you've been following the local press, they've got 6 days of giveaways, and just a few examples. It started on the 11th, I believe,
Mhm.
and I just want to find out a bit more about it because you've got share your favorite holiday recipe, local shopping, share your favorite Christmas carol. I want to know what they're giving away. Right? It could be
Let's
anything.
find out.
I think we should bring her in right now. Our
Yeah.
friend. Hello, Amanda, from the local press.
Hello.
You've got a very festive window behind you there.
Yeah.
It's looking really good.
Nay, you look really cozy.
Yeah.
You look
But
so
it's
cozy.
so- Yeah.
You are ready for the holidays. I'm telling you. Holy man.
Good for you.
That is
It's
good
coming.
stuff.
Thanks
Cold
again
this
for.
morning.
It is. It's a little chilly. It's foggy, and it's starting to feel a little bit more like the holidays. We had a brief stint of snow yesterday. I went outside, and immediately started snowing on me, and I went, it's perfect. That's what we want. We want a bit of snow. So, Amanda, I saw this a few days ago on the local press page, and I just thought we could talk about it because it sounds kind of neat. So, what is this? 6 days of giveaways. It
So
started
those-
a few days ago.
Yeah, it started on the 13th, and today is our third day.
Okay.
And it's just something that we started a few years ago during COVID because we couldn't do the in-person contests, and it was really successful for us. So we had great participation, and it was a great way to get people interacting on our social media page. And now that we've had to change our social media page, this is another way to help build that up and hopefully gain a wider audience with that.
Gotcha.
But-
Now, have you been giving stuff away as we go, or is it all happening at the end?
Well, you were talking about technical difficulties. We've had some technical difficulties within our office, and our printer was down since
The printer.
last Friday until
Oh, that printer. The
Uh-huh.
print. Winter goes down. Everybody hates that. Okay.
So it's back up now, and our prizes are Claresholm bucks, which can be spent locally in our businesses that help to support our advertising campaigns. So the Old Fashioned Christmas, our Christmas songbook, and the a little bit of the money comes from those. So
Gotcha.
I think we have $300 total to give away. I can't remember
Wow.
what the total is. And it is a great way to support our local businesses and say thank you to them. So if a local business gets the Claresholm bucks spent in their store, they just come to the local press and we give them real money for them.
Oh, that's very cool.
Very
I
cool.
like it. It's a great idea. And so how long ago roughly did you get started with this? Was it during the pandemic kind of thing?
I think it was 4 years ago. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I haven't announced our first 2 winners, but I'll do that now.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Ooh, on the show.
We get
On the
exclusive.
show. We get to hear the winners. Okay, let's do it.
Right. So our day 1 winner of
You want a
50
drum roll?
Claresholm dollars.
Drum roll.
Sure.
What is it?
Kirsten. She goes by Kirsten B on Facebook.
Oh, Kirsten B.
Butler.
You know Kirsten B. She's a good. There's a good friend of the show right there, Kirsten B. Okay.
Yeah. So she gets $50 for her recipe that she shared with us.
Nice.
And there's some really good recipes in that list. So you guys should make sure to check that out and test some of those recipes.
No kidding.
I have no time for baking, but
People can
they
bake it
sound
and bring it
delicious.
over to you.
Oh, I would accept your baking, no problem.
Yes.
Okay.
And our
50 bucks
day
is
2
great.
contest was shopping local, so supporting a local business and share your selfie or product or receipt. And the winner of that one was Marilyn. Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun.
What is
Marilyn Lund.
Okay.
Marilyn Lund?
Awesome.
She wins $75.
Wow.
Now, Marilyn Lund. Do you know that name, Alec? Are you familiar with Marilyn Lund? I'm not familiar with that name myself. So,
Oh, I know Marilyn.
do you know Marilyn?
Yeah.
Their house is decorated very cutely for Christmas too. She has a great light display.
Okay. Good
Well,
to know.
if you see her when she's you're talking to her about winning this, then maybe just mention to her she should jump into the show and we'll say congratulations to her at some point. So just
Yeah.
any Friday that we're on, she can pop in and we'll say congratulations.
That's awesome.
Something else that I'd love to talk about since I'm on here is our light map.
Yes.
So in next week's paper, we're putting out a map of Christmas lights. So if you haven't registered to be on the map, please message us, send us an email to clpsales@shaw.ca or message us on Facebook or something with your address and name, because there's a draw for that, for a subscription and a prize. And
Awesome.
we'll publish that map next week.
And it is I love the tradition. We've done it for years of you pile in the car one night and you drive around and look at all the lights.
Yeah.
And having the map is cool because it also, you can kind of make sure you hit all the stuff you want to see. Now, I know it's not a huge town, but it is nice to have it. And so you can kind of anticipate. And we all know certain streets and corners where, folks do a really nice job. And then new people come to town, or
Exactly.
people decide to go all out one year with their house. And so it's nice to have them literally on the map so you can go and check it out. It's a great idea.
So that's happening this week. And then our contest for today is your favorite Christmas carol. And there's bonus points if you're singing it.
Oh, wow.
So make sure that you guys send us a video of your song. And last year I compiled a playlist with all the songs that were submitted, and that's on our YouTube channel. And I will do that again this year too.
Outstanding. Now I'm noticing here, Amanda, that the prize amounts are going up. Is that happening every day, or is that just a coincidence?
It's just a coincidence.
Okay, I was gonna say, by the time we get to the end.
So
Okay.
our next contest will be Monday, because I'm not posting it over the weekend.
Yep.
I would like some time off.
Yep, it's fair.
But watch for entries new contests Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week as well. And entries close at 9 p.m. each night of the contests, and then we do the draw usually the following morning.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye on the local press Facebook page for more information about Monday's contest. We've still got lots of time for this one today. Because
Yes.
$100, sing a Christmas carol, you never know.
Give
Now,
us a song.
We
Spread some Christmas cheer.
So speaking of which, we actually have we leverage a lot of technology here on the show, Amanda. Very high-end, expensive technology. This one cost us some money. I don't want to get into how much, but it was essentially free. But it's an elf. It's your elf name generator. We do this every year, and so I've put it through the system. It's a whole nother room here that generates your elf name based on your first and last name. Are you ready for your elf name?
I'm so excited.
And I thought it fit perfectly. Sparkle Fairy Feet is what came back when I put in your name and your address, your social insurance number, your blood type. That's what came back. So it's a very comprehensive elf name generator. Probably the best we've ever had. It's based purely on your DNA. So for the rest of the day, you can call you Sparkle Fairy Feet is going to be your elf name.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that?
Do you know that, like, we always talk about where the budget goes in the show?
Yeah.
That, and we've got like 5 or 6 people. I can't remember how many people you hired to work in that room to generate these elf names, but there's like 5 or 6 people working back there.
Well, it's 5 just because
of
the temperature controlled situation. You can't humidity and things in that room.
Right. Yeah.
It gets hot. So you can only have 5 at a time, and like they got to go through the full, the full.
Oh, there's a huge vetting process for this. Yeah.
No, it's a lot of background.
It takes us the entire year just to come up with 5 people to come up with these names for this one day.
It's a bit
for this 1 hour.
It's a lot of big responsibility to do that. So we take it seriously.
Now, does that mean that we're letting Amanda go here soon?
Well, she's kind of a big deal in town, and there's a lot. She is, and it's Friday. And
it's payroll day.
And there's there's stuff happening all over the place. So, and this map needs to get updated as well.
That's right. Well, I just wanted to confirm, which day was it that you wanted off? Monday?
Me?
Amanda, yeah, you said I do want a day off.
Oh,
I thought that was when was that?
I would love Saturday and Sunday off, but
Saturday and Sunday, okay.
Actually be here.
So Saturday and Sunday you want off, so you will be available. I've got 3 or 4 proposals. I'll talk to you on Saturday or Sunday about those. Okay,
it's great timing.
So
excellent timing.
Well, I know she'll be available, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
she's taking those days. She's taking those days off. So
so you'll be available.
I am taking them off for sure.
Time off. Awesome. And is the office closed over the holidays? Do you have some holiday hours?
We are closed starting at noon on Friday the 22nd, and we will not reopen until January 2nd.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yes.
I like to hear when you can close and take some time. I think that's really important. That week in between is the week in between where you don't really know what day it is. Where
it's fantastic.
It is.
There will be a paper that week. We just we produced the year in review for the last week of December.
Right.
And we send it to press early.
Nice. No, that's a great idea. Awesome. All right, Sparkle Fairy Feet. It was nice to have you on the show. And I've got more elf names coming for people coming up. So buckle up.
Your thanks, guys.
Coming. All right, Amanda.
Thanks.
Have a good rest of your
day.
No problem. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Now, Dave, I know what you're thinking, and yes, I'll get it going here in a moment. I'm going to.
Well, I'm like, what I'm thinking is, what am I paying for? What am I paying for?
What are your tax dollars going towards?
Yeah, exactly. What are my tax dollars going toward here? Come on.
So, all right, let's get it's a lot of work. Hold on here. We got to get the. So you got to input the. Yeah.
This whole algorithm that was created.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yours is something else. Let me put this in
here.
I
really liked Amanda's.
Yeah,
that was good. That was probably one of the best I've ever heard. Actually,
yours is pretty good. Yours is the Rough Riders are no good. It's a weird one. No, yours. I'm just kidding. Merry Christmas, fellas. Oh,
Merry Christmas, Tracy and Dale.
Your elf name generator, and we just had to put a little bit of oil in the machine. Yours is Starlight Fizz Cakes.
Aw, Amanda beats me
based on your again your blood type and your address. and your,
Amanda's is better. I like Amanda's better.
Good.
Yeah.
Amanda's is pretty good. Well, we've got a moment here because we're going to have Dave Murphy join us here in a moment. Can we jump to Nanton for a second and just talk about what's happening in Nanton?
Okay, so we're going to be at the market tomorrow. Okay, and this is kind of going to be a little bit of an apology to everybody. So I just had, I don't know if you noticed some lighting, kind of fireworks going off in the background here while we were interviewing Amanda. Maybe you didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
But we have the booth that we've been working on, the sound booth that we've been working on in the studio for 5 years now or something like that. It is actually at primer stage.
Okay.
So we're at the point where we can actually start to prime, get the flooring in. I just had the guy in here, and he was, his name's Jerry. Let's give him some credit here because he's volunteering his time to do this.
Wow.
So because we're a nonprofit, pretty much everything that's been done on this booth has been done by volunteers.
Yeah.
So, absolutely amazing again with this community that steps up and helps people out to be able to succeed in doing these kind of things.
Yeah.
I am the worst at, is a hammer and a screw. Is that how you do things?
I remember you talking about your tooly challenged.
Yeah. So
and that's okay.
So I'm not very good at that stuff, and I really don't like it. I get very frustrated. That's when you start seeing me break things. It's not very often you see me break things, but that's when I'll break things.
It's good to get frustrated with a hammer in your hand. If there's ever a time to get frustrated, it's good to be hanging on to a hammer. In that moment.
So anyway, he was just in. He was actually doing the sanding, or they call it the sanding on the the mud, tape, sand, drywall stuff. Anyway, so he just took off. And once this booth gets finished, and it's going to be done here soon, then it's back to recording some karaoke tracks for everybody.
Outstanding.
We've been lacking the karaoke openings. We've been lacking our actual opening, right, with the credits. So, in 2024, we're just getting ready. That's all. I'm just letting people know we're just getting ready for 2024.
We're just refocusing. I was going to play an old open with different names and just see who noticed, but I thought that maybe would be the best idea.
So in 2024, everybody get ready to tune in because, man, this show is going to be a little bit different.
It's going to be different.
So we are basically, I just wanted to offer an apology that I have been lacking on the karaoke songs, and I've been lacking as well. And that's what kind of led into this, is you asked me about Nanton. Usually, of course, I bring up these beautiful overlays that say, hey, tune into Good Morning Nanton Live, Saturday mornings, 10:30 to 11:30, show just like this one. In fact, I think it was you that inspired me, Alec. I don't think you know that, but it's true. And so broadcasting all these different social media channels, and we've got more capabilities now. And usually I'll bring up, of course, another overlay with our guest for tomorrow. But I just haven't had time. It's Christmas, and we have been doing like 15 shows a week, so it's crazy.
Nuts.
I haven't had time to do it. So
it's an insanely busy time, but we appreciate the fact that you're here today talking about it. And if you're looking for, we were talking earlier about the Christmas light map. I've driven through Nanton a few times now at night. I haven't veered off the highway, but what is on the highway, you guys do such a great job. It looks fantastic. The grain elevators are lit up, which I love. So if you do get a chance and you want to travel up the highway from Claresholm or down from, say, Calgary, do so, because I know Nanton does a great job lighting the way. Is that right?
And we have the Christmas market that's happening tomorrow, so over at the community center. So I'm going to be live on location actually for the radio station, and we're going to be doing Good Morning Nanton live from that location as well. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. So no fancy overlay for it. I'm just letting you know that's where we're going to be set up, and I'm going to be set up there for the afternoon doing live on location for the radio station. Where can you also find the radio station? Not just at euroradio.ca. Where else can you find it there, Alec?
The local press Facebook.
Local press.
Sorry, not Facebook page. The
their
website. The website. Yeah. It's very clear. We're going to move to our next guest because it is exactly time, and we just need time for the ELF generator to cool off as well. Everyone has to leave the shop to let that cool down.
They're on a break already.
It's funny. Most of what we talk about makes absolutely no sense. But then occasionally we do have an anchor point, which we're going to bring in right now. Your friend and mine, Dave Murphy. Hi, Dave. Good.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Murphy.
We're doing well. And so you're here today, not only to find out your elf name, and I like that you're wearing a red shirt. I've been seeing some posts recently about a book that you're working on, and I thought we got to have Dave on to talk about this. And I haven't found out a lot about it because I like kind of hearing this for the first time, like everybody else. So pretend we know nothing, Dave. What's the project about?
All right. Well, when my kid was about closing on 5 years old, we were at a playground together, and she wanted to race me home. And of course, I was almost 400 pounds at that point, and my leg injuries from my accident and stuff. I said, sweetie, dad can't run. And her little face, it's implanted in my brain. She was so sad. So that lit a fire up under me, and I've ended up, of course, well, you kind of know, dropping 175 pounds. And then my close friend Joseph, Joseph Steves, the pastor at First Baptist Church.
Yep.
He came to me. He's like, yeah, so I signed us all up to do a 5K in High River for charity.
Wow.
And we did it. We ran most of it. We finished in 41 minutes.
Wow.
And she's like, Dad, we should write a children's book about it.
That's great.
So the idea came to me, and I'm like, well, let's do this as a fundraiser for your RESP.
Yeah.
So I went on the Claresholm community page, and I'm like, hey, is there any illustrators in town? And this lady messaged me that actually lives across the street from me. I didn't even know. And her daughter's 15 years old. She's an amazing artist. So she's done all the drawings for it. So I'm going to split any proceeds this thing sells between my kid and her RSP to see if we can get a good chunk of their school covered.
That's great. And we've got one little board to show just like some early ideas that were coming. So you provided photographs, and then there's the sort of artistic interpretation of those for the book to kind of go along with the story of the journey. And I really like how you've tied these things together with a local artist, but also just your content and how you're presenting it. I think is really important. And I know you get a lot of messages throughout the weeks from complete strangers who come across what you're up to and a lot of the initiatives that you've started. But this one, it seems like it's aimed. Is this aimed more at kids, would you say, or kids and parents? Something that they can kind of go through together?
Well, the funny thing is, my daughter said, Dad, it's not a children's book; it's a family book.
Oh, so I like it. Yeah.
Parents can read this to their kids. I mean, it doesn't have to be parents; anybody can read it. And if it inspires people, even just to get out and do stuff, put down your phones, just go out and spend some time with your kids.
Yeah.
When I used to take my daughter to play centers, like Treehouse and that kind of thing, I'd have to watch from the tables. So I couldn't fit up and I'd get stuck in a tube. And the first time was about a year ago. I followed her up the stairs and went down the slide together. And I've got a video of that. And her smile is just,
yeah, that's
worth
awesome.
every moment.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so the really cool thing is, too, this eventually go online, but I'm starting it locally. The Claresholm Press is giving us an amazing deal on print costs. And then I'll put it online, but I want to bring some to the schools. There's 4 libraries that want copies. People can take it out, and if they want to pick one up, the link will be there for when it goes online.
That's great. That's so cool. And it's nice to have the local press in your corner, and it was kind of part of the other reason I wanted to have Amanda on as well, because they do understand, how difficult it can be to get something like this off the ground. It's shocking, isn't it, when you have an idea and then you go, what is this going to cost to get it up and running? It can be kind of cost prohibitive to get an idea like this off the ground, and it's really nice to have that support.
Well, this is going to be the cover. This is what me and my kid worked on together.
Oh, I can see it. Gotcha.
So that's across
yeah.
the finish line.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
And it's a great, and it's does the book, it's not the end of a journey necessarily, because I feel like you're still moving forward. So it's a nice introduction to kind of what you've done and how you've changed things. But I feel like this is also just kind of a stepping stone to, it's not the end. There's a nice handoff to continuing, because I see photos, and it's neat because Dave does a nice job of you'll post a lot of pictures of sort of a before and after, which I think is really brave of anyone to do. But it shows not so much, I've arrived, because you're still working. And I think that's awesome. And it's great.
Well, you know what? I get
kids.
I get a lot of trolls. This is one person that just keeps, oh, you're holding that back with duct tape, and you need to post a shirtless picture. I'm like, man, I'm saving that. That's you can't just post that kind of public content.
Right, and it's so funny. Like, unfortunately, folks, yeah, that does happen. But good for you for just keeping going, because I know there's a lot of folks whose lives that you've touched and positive influence that you've had with people, and you're gonna get the odd person showing up trying to knock you off track. But good for you for continuing to keep going, and it's inspiring, and it's nice, like that your daughter can kind of see this shift. There's a physical shift, but I think the response to your the sort of the mental aspect of what you're doing and your sort of the headspace that you're in is equally as important. How just your positivity and your outlook and the determination to keep going, and I think that's such a huge lesson as well. Do you have kind of a sense of when you might have a book? I know that's a tough one because you're still working on it, but was there a goal, sort of date-ish?
No, the drawings are done. She finished them last night.
Wow.
So I'm just going to take a few days and put about 10 or 12 hours into it to get it ready for online. And then we're going to take it into the press and do one copy and see what it looks like and go from there. And
That's awesome.
Just for Dave, on the back of the page,
Oh, no.
I'm going to have a QR code. So that people like it, they can go on the Amazon and just leave a review. So
Yeah.
just for you, I'm putting a big QR code on the back page.
And so for folks who don't know the story, David Gale basically invented the QR code back in the mid '90s, and no one took him up on it. It was like he was basically the J.K. Rowling of QR codes. He had all these, and then someone scooped his idea, and then he saw them one day and went, "That's my idea." And so we talk about QR codes a lot on the show because you are the uncredited original inventor of the QR code. It's just a shame.
Well, I am George de Mistral. That's really the situation here. So if anybody doesn't know, George basically invented Velcro and never got any credit for it after it became very popular. Right. That is who I am. I am.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And his idea, obviously it stuck because, it's very popular.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate the honor of that thought. That's very nice of you to put a QR code back of your book, thinking of me. Exactly. You could put little logos in the middle of a QR code. Are you going to put my face in there? Please, at the very least, put my face in the middle of your QR code. Do that.
That would be cool.
We'll do that for your signed copy.
Oh, thank you.
That would be very cool. Now for Dave Murphy, do you have you had thoughts sort of moving forward once this is done, like where this might go or how this could spin off into perhaps another book or another?
I'm going to say, I hope that the end of this, is going to leave everybody with the cliffhanger of going, oh, there's going to be a part 2.
Always a sequel.
There's got to be a sequel. Yeah.
There is a second book, but I'm working on this one with the paramedic that saved my life.
Right.
She's also an illustrator. So this is top secret for this show.
Yes.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
We're going to do a series of to make ambulances less scary for kids. And she's a paramedic too, obviously. And we're going to do that one. She wants to do it as a fundraiser for service dogs for first responders.
Oh, wow.
So we'll wait about a year. I've got 4 books written. I just don't want to flood the market, right? So
yeah. You got to space it out. Hey,
let me ask you a question. This is an interesting parallel, I find, that you've had, obviously, this adversity in your life, these challenges that you've overcome. Your daughter inspires you, which in itself is really cool. I don't hear fathers talking a lot about how their daughters inspire things like moving ahead with books and, and such. So I think that what you're doing is really cool. And I think that your daughter is a very, very fortunate young little girl who's going to be able to grow up knowing that she made an impact in the world through her dad and inspiring him. But here's the interesting parallel I find is that you seem to be taking some of these personal challenges and the adversity that you have personally and almost creating a situation where you are becoming an entrepreneur.
Mm.
Do you think you would have had this entrepreneurial spirit if you didn't have the inspiration from your daughter, if you didn't have those challenges, if you didn't have this stuff? Are you just an entrepreneurial kind of guy, or is it more because you've been inspired to do this stuff and that's why you're doing it?
That's a good question.
You know what? For 25 years, I had a wicked fight with PTSD, and I used to drink 6 nights a week, and I probably wouldn't even be here if she didn't come along. So it was a good wake up call. And now I hear from people, as the guy in Texas that I've started doing online workouts with over WhatsApp. And he's down like 30 pounds in 2 months, and he's got 4 kids. So I think with the dads and the moms and anybody, I think I don't know. I love helping people. And
yeah, that's cool. And it's hard to say. It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing, right? If that, and I think that you've I think it's already there based on just how you're looking at things and sort of always looking for that next way to help and that next way to contribute. And
this is what entrepreneurs do, though, right? Entrepreneurs, they always have these ideas that are going, and what can I do next to help? What can I do next to be able to succeed in my goal in life? And his goal, obviously, is what he's talking about with the mental health and the physical health and helping people and stuff like that. You could still be an entrepreneur in fields like that as well.
Yeah.
So, and that's really cool. That's really cool. It's nice to see more people, taking that initiative and becoming entrepreneurial in that sense.
Yes.
Well,
yeah,
and the thing is too, if this, if online goes really good, and I mean, I've been talking with Arnold Schwarzenegger's publicist. He's promoting his book right now, so he's kind of tied up with that.
Mm-hmm.
And once that is done, if he posts this book online, forget about it. I can set up a scholarship fund and just keep this going for other kids from Claresholm in the area.
Yeah.
Because the last thing he posted about me and my kid had 9.3 million views in a month.
That's insane.
So
that's insane. I remember you were messaging me like in real time, just these numbers, right? It was like, it was going up by like 100,000, like very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when you hit 1 million, it kind of felt surreal. Do you find that you're a very humble guy, first of all, we'll acknowledge that. And I think that, that's a huge part of the success of it. Do you find that you have to kind of occasionally go, holy smokes, like this is insane that I'm getting that kind of traction. But to not let it affect you negatively or, give you sort of, you don't have an ego about it. I mean, I think people kind of chase that sometimes, that want of like, I would love to have had 9.3 million views, on something because of this or that. But you're very humble about it, which I think keeps that energy going, because it can kind of be, I think that's tricky. I think that's a tricky thing to navigate. Do you, do you ever sort of stop and pinch yourself and go, holy smokes?
Well, sometimes it's overwhelming. Like I used to get really bad anxiety attacks when anything would go viral, like with 1,000 views.
Right.
I'd have to turn off the computer because I'd start to freak out. And when the trolls come my way, my daughter is noise canceling headphones to them, so I don't even doesn't even faze me anymore. But like some of the stuff, like getting the fake veterans to kiss and all this crazy. Sometimes I stop and I go, what the crap? But
yeah,
I don't know, one day at a time.
Yeah. And I think, just to be clear, you're talking about Kiss the band.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was clear. But I mean, but what's cool is that like you're able to find a path into these really influential folks, like Kiss or like Arnold Schwarzenegger, at like just based on the merit of what you're doing. Like you're not bombarding people with this desire to be recognized or fame or be an influencer. It's a very, it's based on merit. I think that you're getting this traction is based on the merit of what you're trying to do. It's very pure, and I think it's good to celebrate that, because we don't get that all the time in the world of media.
With this book too, like, someone might say, "Oh, this guy's just trying to get rich off his story," but everything is going to go, like, there's 3 ATB Financial here locally, and Vulcan and Pitcher Butte, I think it's nice. They're going to set up little booths for us with a little poster, and then everything will just go directly into their RSPs.
Oh, nice.
And anyone that helps out with it, like, so I ran a charity since 2007. We used to send over coffee to soldiers in Afghanistan.
Right.
Mhm.
And people wanted to send me money to buy stuff. I'm like, no, you send it here, and all that. Like, it went directly to the Military Resource Center. Someone sent me $50 to buy gift certificates, and I still have that receipt saved as a PDF. Like, no one's ever asked me for it, but just in case that anyone ever does, I keep everything. So if anyone were to help with this print run, like receipts, I'm an open book, pardon the pun, but
yeah, that's good. No, that's good. That's good to know. Absolutely. Before we let you go here, it's a tough transition to make, because what we're talking about isn't funny. It's serious and heartwarming. But I have your elf name as well. If you want to include that on the back of the book, maybe on the QR code. I think it's nice. David Murphy, Starlight Gumdrop, as you will now be known for the rest of the day.
Starlight Gumdrop.
Starlight
See, even
Gumdrop.
his is better than mine.
that was my stage name back. Never mind.
Yeah,
Was it?
that's right. How did we know? It's an expensive machine. That's how we know. We spent a lot of money on this thing.
I actually had one other question too, because I know you like we were talking about being an entrepreneur and stuff, and I know one of your other passions is dad jokes. So I'm just wondering when the Dave joke book is going to come out. When are you releasing that?
I don't know.
I mean, that just doesn't that seem like a natural progression is to go into the Dave joke book?
It does.
It does. I've only got two, I think, that were good. The Ken and Barbie one, and
what do you do that were good? Two that we actually like laughed hard at? Is that what you mean?
The Ken and Barbie one was good.
No, we enjoy all the dad jokes that you throw our way. We like them all.
Absolutely. Well, Dave, thanks so much for jumping on during your lunch break and joining us. And keep us posted, and we'll keep an eye on social media and keep everyone informed about the progress. And of course, when the book becomes available, we're going to make a big deal of that as well, because people need to know where they can get it and a bit more about it. So we'll have you back on again once we're closer to print time, which would be great.
Yeah, and also the Hive here in Claresholm.
Oh yeah.
They're going to give us a shelf for a few months to see how it goes too.
Nice.
That's great.
Some other businesses have said they're going to cover some copies. It's just, I'm going to give them all the nice shout out in the back of the book under Dave's face QR code.
Excellent. And no, they're sweet over there at the Hive. They're really connected to the community and do some great stuff. So it's good to hear that and that's a great spot to be. They're very busy. They're a very busy little shop.
If anyone wanted to join us, I do have a link on my wall. They just search my name. It's right there as a public post.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Pretty easy to find.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Dave. Well, we appreciate it. We'll let you get back to your day, and best of luck, and just keep us posted so we can keep promoting it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks,
All
Dave.
Right, have a good one. See ya.
I'm going to also make sure I'm going to get a hold of Dave and see if we can get him on Good Morning Nanton Live as well. It's a great story.
It's a great story.
He's got some really cool. I mean, it comes from a place that's difficult and tough.
Yeah.
But we all have that in our lives.
Yeah.
And it's always said that it's what you do with it. How you can move forward with it is really the most important part. So, and he's made the most of this.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. And just a genuine guy, right?
Yeah.
Just a genuine guy. So speaking of adversity, I have an update, sort of an update in general. This is a great story about overcoming adversity and difficulty. So, as you know, we had a show a couple of weeks ago where we talked about our new garbage bins, and this is like a hot topic in town. And just because it's new, right? It's a new program, and the big truck finally arrived.
Okay.
But it was quite delayed in getting here, and it's made in two different places, and then they ship all that stuff and they kind of put it together.
Okay.
And then, of course, there was a piece missing from it, a very important thing. So the guys got rolling on Monday or Tuesday, with it. I think the truck arrived Monday.
Okay.
So none of the training that was supposed to happen offsite happened. So now they're training on the job. So you can imagine, like, you're operating a brand new piece of machinery. It's about twice the size of a traditional truck, and it's like a parade. You're going past all these houses. So, I think people, for the most part, are just curious about it. And but I have a clip. Go ahead.
Do they have the big in training sign on the side?
No, there's there's none of that. But I'll tell you. So I got to jump in the truck the other day,
Yeah.
and the doors open kind of like a city bus, but like, well, let me just show you this. So
Okay.
you sit. I'm sharing this with permission. So you get in the thing, and there's a lot. So this right here, you can see the joystick. That joystick is operating an arm out the right. So he's on the left. This is arm on the right hand side. There's a
Oh.
lot of dials.
Oh,
and
this
there's
is
cameras.
okay.
So now
This
you
is
can kinda
not
see-
Tetris.
No. This is not Tetris. So
Okay.
this arm, you have to be really careful, and it kind of like it grips the bin.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it would chuck it in the back or something, but no, you got to get it level, and then you dump it in the front like so. It's not easy, I'll tell you, to be able to do that, and then you have to put it back.
Okay, and then the front part that must lift up over top.
Yeah, and I believe
And
the
go
front
back.
will come up over the back. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a quick peek at how that works, and the truck itself is quite large.
Mhm.
And so, you've got to navigate that arm if your bin is too close to a parked car, or if it's too, there's a lot. And so we're all learning how this works. But I mean, imagine learning that piece of equipment sort of on the fly. It is not easy. And so getting a chance to sort of watch it in action was pretty cool. And then today they're doing all the big commercial bins. So they're going to pick up all the commercial bins.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I didn't think I would have a funny garbage bin story,
I knew
but
you would
I
say
do. I do have a garbage bin story. Maybe not funny, but it's a interesting story to me where we have the blue bin, the black bin.
Yeah.
The blue bin is for recycling, the black bin is for garbage, and everybody on the block puts their bins right up to the curb, the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Right up to the curb, so the wheels are touching the cement.
Yeah.
I have my truck, of course, out there in front, and it's a big truck. So I thought maybe I'm helping them out by taking the garbage and putting it actually out kind of where the driver's side of the truck is.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it out into the street more for them. And I never have asked them. I've never got confirmation. I've always just done it. And I keep thinking, I wonder if I'm the one guy in the street that they drive by and they go, oh, this guy again.
Here
Why
we go.
Why is he gotta put his garbage there? Why can't
Typical
he just put it back where everybody else puts it? And then it'd
Starlight
be
Fizzy
so much.
Cakes
Yeah.
doing his garbage thing
So
again.
I'm the only guy on the block that does that. And I've never I could probably go out, when they're driving by and going, hey, am I helping you in any way by doing this? Is this convenient?
Right.
Or do you want me to keep it back a little bit? But no, I never go ask. I just put it out there thinking, I'm doing a great thing.
Yeah,
Look at me.
Look
Nobody
at
else
me.
on the block does that.
And it's been years and no one's followed suit. I wonder why. What you probably don't know is that your neighbors are going out and actually moving the bin back to its proper position every week.
Probably.
Right?
Probably. Or the fact that when they pick up the garbage and dump it and then they put it back near the curb.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the sign. Maybe
Yeah.
that's, maybe they're trying to tell me something and I'm just
Right?
not listening.
Well, you can overthink it. It reminds me of this fantastic story. I don't know if it's a true story, but it's a good story nonetheless, about a guy. He's on a walk and he's out kind of in the woods and he sees a turtle, and this turtle is standing on the side of the road looking across the road. And he thinks, man, it's going to take this turtle all day to cross the street. So I'm going to help him out because there's predators and there's people on bicycles and whatnot. So he picks the turtle up and he moves him. Do you know the story? To the
I
other
think I've
side of
heard this. I can't remember how it goes, but I think
maybe
I've
I've
heard
told
this.
it. So he puts the turtle on the other side of the road and he thinks, like, I probably saved this little guy a day in his life.
Yeah.
And he's leaving.
I
And then
love
it occurs to him that maybe the turtle had already crossed the street and was just turning around to look at what he'd accomplished. And so he went back and picked the turtle up and put him in the middle of the road and left and thought, I'll split the difference.
Split the difference.
Because you don't want to. He's thinking I saved him a day, and then he went, maybe I put him behind by a day. How it works, man.
Oh, this is what we. That's too good.
So sometimes you think you're helping, Sometimes
Yeah.
you're making it worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I've had
Sometimes
so
you're making
many
it
of
worse.
those situations where I think I'm helping. You do it, and then they go, "What did you do that for?"
Yeah.
I go, "I'm sorry. I thought I was helping
I thought I
out."
was helping. It's like, great. Now we have to work through lunch. Thanks.
Oh my goodness, that is
Fantastic.
too good.
So in terms of helping, yes, we're gonna we've had our first week with the new truck and the new system, and so just make sure that your bins are not in front of your driver's side door or too close to the blue bin or any of that kind of stuff. So it's but it's a very cool, like, it's crazy, man. Like there's one person operating essentially a robot that comes and collects your trash and puts the bin back like it was, and the garbage magically disappears. It's
I've always wondered how they line that up really. I would. Is there a way? It would be really cool.
Probably.
Can they raise some money and lower taxes? I know you love this one.
Yeah.
Raise some money and lower taxes by giving people like rides in the truck.
Don't
to
think it
see
hasn't
how
been
it
talked
all
about.
works.
It's been talked about. I've talked about raffling off, like,
you
get like an hour to go pick up whatever you can. Like, when you go to the old arcade and you've got the claw.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a game. Probably a terrible idea.
You could raise money on that.
You totally could.
Those trucks could be fundraising trucks, no problem.
I can't see any problem with it. I can't see any problem with driving
Again, here we are, just trying to help. We're just trying to help.
Well, and what's interesting is when you look at it from in the truck and then you look at it from outside.
Yeah.
It like, because most people aren't home the moment the truck drives by and grabs your garbage, right? You don't think about it, but like the it's very easy to just knock bins over.
Yeah.
Like that's really really easy to do, and so it's a skill where
that's another story.
You're moving the joystick forward, but the arm is going out the side. Like it's anyway. So anyway, kudos to the town and the guys at the Public Works for putting in the time. I know they've been putting in overtime to learn this as quickly as possible because, holy cow!
And kudos to you for helping to bring back all these memories to me of these garbage bin stories that I've never shared with people.
No, that's why I'm here.
So
everyone loves a good garbage bin story at the holidays.
I love this show for that reason. Hey, listen, something came up.
Yeah.
While we were talking, and somebody reminded me, it's somebody being my wife. So she's going to be live on location because tomorrow is Santa's Gone Loony for the kids.
Nice.
So that's happening in Nanton. So, of course, I think you guys have your Santa's Gone Loony as well.
We had that a couple of weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So we've got ours coming up tomorrow. And so Amanda just wanted to remind me that we should share with everybody that that's going to be happening in Nanton tomorrow.
Awesome. And it's such a great event. The kids loved it. I got to be sort of at the front doors when it opened, and it was great. The church was packed and all the kids come in, and it's a great, that's really happy to hear you guys are doing it as well.
Yeah. We'll take
what else is happening next? Or sorry, starting again tonight, I believe they're doing it. Is this event?
What is it?
So this is the Christmas cruise in support of palliative care.
Oh yeah, I love this.
Yeah,
I love this. Yeah.
And so we went through it last week, and they have singers that will come in and performers, and that you can tune. So they give you the FM band when you drive in.
Okay.
And then you can tune your radio to hear them because they're en route. You can see them as you kind of come around the corner.
Yeah.
And then you get to hear the Christmas music and a local performer.
Oh, that's
pretty awesome. So
that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's $10 per vehicle, which is awesome. And it's in the campground, and so there's businesses that will sponsor a campsite, and then they go in and decorate it. And there's some pretty creative stuff, and so it takes about 10 minutes or so to drive through, but it's worth it. It's really, really worth it to go and see all of these different displays. So
are you seeing this comment that came in from Dave?
No, I did not.
Yeah, let me put it up here. Nice.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I
helped put the lights up on the nativity scene, and by some miracle, they've stayed up.
I think it's the miracle. I think it's that's good. By some miracle.
So, nice.
Well, and this time of year, right? You never know if you're going to get hurricane force winds rearranging your light display.
I don't think it's a miracle. I think it's speaks volumes to the quality of work that Dave Murphy does.
Oh, it's work.
That's what I think.
Craftsmanship.
Yes, that's what it is. Craftsmanship.
Yeah. Go, Dave. Craftsmanship. Then we've got a couple other things happening. We'll just touch on here. I know it's everything's Christmas related. It's a very busy season. This popped up just today too. I noticed Christmas raffle. This is in support of the Claresholm Animal Rescue Society, or CARES. Tickets are $5 each. The draw is coming up on December 21st. What does that say? First, $600. Second, $400. Third, $200. Wow. So there's 1,000 tickets been printed. So you can get them obviously at CARES, the shelter, or at the vets in town, Flowers and 49th, Claresholm Eye Care, etc. And a couple of our sponsors who we're going to talk about are in there as well. Also, Chinook Credit Union is holding those tickets. So really great thing to go and do in support of CARES. And then starting tonight, Songs for Winter Nights. This is the same poster. It's just they're different colors. I thought it was nice. Starting at 7:30, Claresholm United Church. The Claresholm Community Singers is putting on a Christmas concert. Adults $15, 12 and under 5. You can get your tickets at the local press or from one of the choir members as well in town. So that's going to be a really nice way to kind of get things going for the holidays as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very talented group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, speaking of our sponsors, you know what's funny? During half of Dave's interview earlier, I was playing Christmas music and realized it was probably not super appropriate to be underscoring everything he was telling us. So we'll bring that Christmas music back for a moment. Now, I don't know if you've had a chance to go around your local stores, but it's looking awfully Christmassy out there in all of these places. So there's some strange light. I'm not sure what just happened. My head is sort of shrouded in some weird circle of light. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what happened. I have no clue. We'll put this up. So go check out Janet's Fashions. They are on the corner of 50th Ave and Highway 2. They've been our original sponsor with us from the beginning, men's and women's fashions. They've got a lot of great Christmas gift ideas in there and things for, obviously, to keep you warm in the winter, and lots of accessories as well. It's a big shop, so if you've got a chance, go and check them out. Big thanks to them. The dollar store has got a ton of Christmas decorations as well in stock. It's looking awesome in there. They've got things for your pet, things for your baby, a small electronics section. They've got hardware. They've got cleaning supplies, and lots of school supplies as well, because by now your kids have probably lost a couple of things along the way. I know I would have by this point in the year. And so huge thanks to your dollar store with more. And then finally, Claresholm Pharmacy with their team of friendly prescribing pharmacists. They're awesome. They have I'm not sure if the Christmas train is running in the store yet, but they have a train that runs around the whole time. Yeah.
What? Christmas train? What?
It's
No.
It's up kind of there's like a platform above in the. I don't know what's going on with my image here, man, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
And they have they've got a small grocery section now, Cuddalo meats. You can get dairy, and of course all of your prescription needs and vitamins and all of that. And they've got some gifts as well. So big thanks to them. I don't know what to do here. This has never happened before.
Is this some sort of foreshadowing of some sort?
I don't know what that. No, that's not going to work. That's
okay.
I don't know. This is just.
Well, check it out later. Hey, I got a question for you.
I got an answer.
Oh, you kind of went away there when you leaned over to the side. The question I have for you is, how long have you had that microphone?
This microphone?
Yeah. Like for the show. I seem to remember you didn't have a white microphone. Am I just
No, you're
completely...
not. It's freaking me out that you even noticed that. I have had this mic for probably the longest. I've had it for 6-7 years. And,
but how long have you been using it on the show?
This is the first time.
I noticed.
This is the first time.
Okay.
So tell me you're a dork without telling me you're a dork. I recognize that microphone there.
No, but you want to know something funny? The reason I picked up on the new microphone is because the new microphone for the show is because of the sound.
Yeah.
The sound first was like, you sound different. Oh, what's going on? And then I looked and went, that's a different microphone.
It's a different microphone. So I did notice that when I plugged it in and I was testing it earlier, I thought, ooh, this sounds quite a bit better than the other one, which is a podcast mic, but it's a warmer mic.
It's a warmer mic, yeah.
Yeah, I need all the help I can get to warm up, and this is it. So this is now going to be, this is it. This is the new microphone.
This is the microphone. You found your mic.
I did. Yeah.
And then that is how we work. we gotta find our mics.
Trial and error. So it only took 1.5 years, but and I've had it the whole time. I just thought it might be a bit of overkill, and the mic I bought is a podcast mic.
Right.
But you know what? this is better. So
Yeah, it is. It is
and
better.
the
I
reason
like
I'm
it.
using it today is because I can't find where I put the other one. So it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I'll use this one today. It's more for, but I think it's going to be it. I think we'll put a little QR code right here. So if people are like, where do you get that microphone?
Don't you dare put a QR.
What are you in the like 1920s villain all of a sudden? I'll tell you one thing, Sam. No, we won't. We won't.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
Lord. I think we've reached the natural end
This is too much fun now. Okay.
of being silly. We've got one more show before the holidays, and I have a bit of a plan for that. So we'll see how my plan evolves for next week, and then we're gonna have some time off, probably a couple of weeks over the holidays, and then hopefully that'll give me time to recut our new open, and then we'll be back. And so it'll be our holiday show next week on the 22nd.
Cool.
It's gonna
Okay.
be fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Tomorrow, 10:30. Good morning, Nanton Live.
Are you going to be there? Or are you
I
busy?
will be there. Yeah, no, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll be in the same spot with the same microphone, and it'll be.
Dar says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's very nice. Thank you.
Yes, got a nice little gift for Dar in the studio here. So yeah.
All right. Very
Okay.
cool. Hide it in the new vocal booth.
Oh, we will.
All right. So as we always say, folks, have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Go and check out the lights in town. It's a good weekend to go and do that. Check out the Christmas cruise as well. Oh, December 21st as well. Before I forget, the elementary school is doing their Christmas concert, and I don't want to forget about that because they do such a great job. So I believe there's 10 o'clock and then another one at 1 o'clock. And so if you want to get in the spirit, go and check them out next week as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, have a good weekend for everybody in Claresholm. And if you guys want to tune in to Good Morning Nanton Live, we'll see you tomorrow morning, 10:30 to 11:30.
You got it. We'll see you then.
Okay, have a good one.
See you, folks.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.